What the silence meant, you stopped listening. I thought every closed door meant I wasn't worth another chance. I thought maybe heaven had finally looked at my life and walked away, but I was wrong.
I spent years talking to the ceiling with a heart full of questions, wondering why every prayer came back sounding like silence. I watched people move forward while I stayed in the same place, trying to smile through the pressure with a storm behind my face. I had dreams in my chest, but doubt in my bloodstream. Every failure turned into evidence against everything I believed. I started calling myself broken, started calling myself lost, started measuring my future by the things that my past cost. Every door that wouldn't open felt like another confirmation. Maybe I was being punished, maybe this was my destination. So I stopped asking for miracles, stopped expecting anything, put my hope in a locked room and threw away the key. But somewhere underneath all the fear I couldn't hide, there was still a little voice saying, don't you quit tonight. You thought the silence meant you were alone, but some things grow when nobody can see. You thought the waiting meant the answer was no, but maybe you were becoming who you needed to be. You weren't forgotten, you were being carried through the night. You weren't abandoned, there was still a reason for the fight. Even when you couldn't see the road beneath your feet, love was still beside you. You weren't forgotten, you were never forgotten. I remember sitting alone at the edge of my bed, running every conversation over again in my head. What if I had chosen different? What if I had never failed? What if every broken promise was a permanent detail? I made a home inside regret, decorated it with shame, put my failures on the walls until I couldn't see my name. Then one morning nothing changed, same room, same scars, same unanswered questions, but something inside me finally changed. I opened the curtain, sunlight hit my face, and for the first time I didn't ask, why me? I asked, what's next? Maybe I don't need every answer to keep walking. Maybe faith isn't knowing where the road is going.
Maybe courage is taking one step through the darkness and trusting there's a sunrise waiting somewhere beyond it.
You thought your
Story had reached the final page. Oh, but there were chapters you had never seen. You thought your weakness was the proof you couldn't change, but sometimes broken hearts become the strongest things. You weren't forgotten, you were being carried through the night. You weren't abandoned, there was still a reason for the fight. Every tear you cried wasn't wasted in the dark. Hope was still alive inside your heart.
yeah.
You were never forgotten.
Now I look back at the years I wanted back, and I wouldn't erase every chapter from the past, because pain taught me patience, loss taught me love, failure taught me humility, silence taught me trust. I used to think strength meant never breaking, now I know strength is rebuilding after everything is taken. I used to think faith meant never being afraid, now I know faith is moving forward while your hands are still shaking. And maybe those closed doors were protecting me from places I would have called a blessing, but would have destroyed me later. Maybe those delays were shaping my character. Maybe every lonely night was teaching me to recognize the difference between attention and genuine love. I don't have it all figured out, I still have questions, still have moments when doubt walks into the room, but it doesn't live here anymore.
Because I've seen enough mornings to know the darkness lies. I survived enough storms to know clouds eventually move, and I've fallen enough times
To know falling isn't the same
as staying down.
What if I was never forgotten?
What if I was being prepared?
What if every silent moment was
teaching you to listen?
What if the road felt empty?
Because I needed to walk it.
We weren't forgotten.
Even when the silence stayed,
We weren't forgotten.
even when we lost our way, there was light behind the darkness.
There was perfect.
Behind the pain and the heart that almost gave up.
Learn to beat again.
We weren't forgotten.
No,
Oh,
we were never.
forgotten. So when the night comes back and tells you nothing will ever change,
Remember
you have already survived
a night.
you thought would never end.
Maybe I wasn't forgotten. Maybe I was being prepared.
Maybe,
The silence wasn't the end of the conversation.
maybe
It was the moment.
I finally learned to listen.
And if you're still here,
Your story
isn't finished.
not even close.